Greetings. Welcome. This is Queen Elle from QueenElle79. Today's video, we will focus on the week of April 26th, and this will start a weekly series that I will record, and that's because we have so many planetary transits coming up as we enter the month of May. So stay tuned for messages about what we can expect in the upcoming week, as well as just how to navigate it and how it will affect us. And then we'll wrap up with a reading that will give some extra insight from the spirit guides, okay? Thank you. So I have my planner again, so if you see me looking down, as always, it's because I have notes that I like to use to kind of guide the conversation and make sure that I am touching on everything that I intend to. So, like I said, this week coming up for the week of April 26th through May 2nd, there are a lot of changes that are happening, a lot of transits happening with our planets. First, on April 27th, well, actually, if you haven't checked out my Pluto retrograde in Capricorn video, I'll link it above. Please feel free to check that out. Pluto retrograde started April 25th, and it will go through October 4th. So that will mean that there are some, let me make sure that I actually speak on what I mean to say. So that will affect your capacity for change and inner growth. And also, there will be some type of blockage, or could be some type of blockage with regard to allowing yourself to grow. So you may feel a bit of resistance, some inner resistance regarding growing and evolving, and that's what I'm here for, is for several things, but mainly to assist you in figuring out how to navigate through those types of boundaries or any type of restrictions that you feel. Okay, now the first thing that will take place this week of April 26th, Mercury will enter Taurus on April 27th. Now, what does that mean for us? So Mercury, as I've stated in previous videos, is all about how you relate to and are perceived by others. Okay. Now, so it's all about your interpersonal reaction or relations with people, your interpersonal dealings with people. Now, as we enter Taurus, Taurus has the traits of creativity, of sensuality, of dependability. There's also a bit of stubbornness there. So you really want to make sure that you are using it to your best ability and using it in the most effective way. So as Mercury enters Taurus on the 27th, it's really important to tap into that creativity, especially because there will be a bit of resistance with that Pluto retrograde happening at the same time. Now, the good thing is, as we move on throughout this week, on the 29th, Pallas, which is an asteroid, Pallas enters Aquarius. Now, Pallas is all about using that left side of your brain. It's all about creative reasoning and logic. And Aquarius is known for being a visionary. So the good thing about that is, with Pallas entering Aquarius on the 29th, you can tap into that creative thinking, so that you'll see that that's a theme for this week. Now, moving on to April 30th, we'll have the first quarter moon, and I know that we've spoken about the new moon as well as the full moon, and I did mention in a previous video about how the last quarter moon affected or impacted some of our interactions with people and with self. Now, the first quarter moon, what happens is, so we know the new quarter moon, it's an opportunity, as it sounds, to embark on something new, to set intentions for new ventures, some just starting anew, starting fresh with that new lunar cycle. Now, the first quarter moon, you'll start to be met with some type of resistance. You'll have some hurdles, some obstacles with regard to those intentions that you've set for the new lunar cycle. So it's really important to not let those bog you down or to make you doubt or second guess your ability or your capability of accomplishing the goals that you set out to accomplish. So you'll see a bit of resistance. So that's going to be on the 30th of April. So we know that on the 29th, Pallas entering into Aquarius, there's that visionary, way of being, that visionary energy. And then the 30th, there may be something that happens where you're met with some resistance and there are some obstacles there, but you just have to keep what you have set out to do, keep your goals, your intentions, keep all of that in the forefront of your mind. And then when you're met with obstacles, which will surely come, you won't let them allow you to second guess or doubt yourself or your purpose, okay? So then we move on to May 1st. So we're entering May, and on May 1st, Mercury is conjunct Uranus in Taurus. Now, conjunct, as I said in a previous video, it means that they will be working together. The energies will merge or blend. So like I said, Mercury is all about how you relate to others, and Uranus is about your ability to learn and grow. Now, the good thing about that is, because we know Taurus is creative, is with the way that you interact with people and relate to them, working together with your ability to learn and grow, then that's a way that piggybacking off of that Pallas entering Aquarius energy. And yes, you're met with an obstacle on the 30th, but then on the 1st, with Mercury being conjunct Uranus, there will be a merge of positive energy, creative energy. So if you look at the week overall, an overview of the week, if you will, there is a lot of creative energy going on. There's a lot of innovation going on. There's a lot of free thinking going on. So embrace that energy. I did a daily card pull recently, and the card of the day was the Ace of Swords. And the great thing about the Ace of Swords is it's a new start. It's a fresh start. The swords represent your thinking, your intellect. And so all the energy, all the spirit guides are just sending us a message of needing to be an innovator. So with times like these, it's really important to reinvent yourself, to come up with ways to do things different than before, because that's necessary right now. So I know it's easier said than done to just come up with some creative way of being, but if creativity doesn't come naturally to you, don't fret. There are ways that you can tap into that creativity. Like I said, I like to journal every day. And even if you're not someone who likes to write, you can do a journaling app on your phone, and there are digital journals. You can talk into them even to just get your thoughts out. It may seem, kind of abstract or maybe even a little silly at first, but there have been times where when I wanted to get my thoughts out, I didn't want nor feel like writing anything down. So I actually just recorded myself just talking, and just not necessarily to go back and review what I had said or reenact it, but just to just the act of getting out my thoughts and my emotions. It was very cathartic. So that's just one method for you to tap into your creativity. Another way, I always talk about meditation. I know that meditation is not, I feel like it's for everyone, but I know that some people may not think that they're able to do it. So I'm someone whose thoughts are always swirling, just always just thinking of so much. But what I have found is by me journaling every day, by me meditating every day, I, even if it's just for about 5 or 10 minutes at a time, what I found is my mind is less cluttered, and because I'm getting my thoughts out. And it may sound kind of crazy, like, okay, actually getting your thoughts out is going to release them, but it really does. It's the act of releasing what's on your mind. So then your mind is not so weighed down with all of that junk, basically, all that stuff. So just try it. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to ask. Never hesitate to ask. I do want to we'll pull a few cards and just see what the spirit guides have to say with regard to this upcoming week of how we can tap into that creative, innovative energy and not let any obstacles, which I mean, obstacles will come, that's just life, but to not let them affect us in a negative way, to flip that around and to embrace any type of conflict that comes and just to process it in a more effective and healthy way, okay? So let's take a little look and see. Just gonna pull a few cards. Okay, so the first card is the Page of Swords. Now, again, like I said, swords are about your intellect. So this page is specifically about just like a fresh, youthful intellect. So that taps into that innovative thinking. Like I said, there's that fervor, that energy of, you know what, like, I mean, there's excitement even when you're tapping into creative energy, you can get excited about it. It's okay. Tap into that inner child, those passions, those thoughts that you've had, things that you've been interested in and either never explored, or things that you used to do that you hadn't done in a while. So you can tap into that, or even something completely new that you hadn't thought about before that just kind of sparks your fancy right now. So now's the time to tap into that energy, like I said. And then there's something to keep in mind. So the Seven of Swords, I feel like this speaks really about the obstacles that I mentioned. And sometimes the obstacles are in our own mind. So this Seven of Swords, I did pull this recently on another video. It's really important to, while you gather all of this knowledge and, these innovative ideas, that you don't just gather them and run off with them and leave people behind. It's important to note that you actually embrace a sense of unity and a collective effort, and it's okay to collaborate with others. I would venture to say not to necessarily share all of your thoughts with people unless there's someone in your life that you trust to do so. But gather your thoughts on your own and use discernment as far as what you reveal or what you share with others versus what you hold on to for yourself. And there's nothing wrong with holding on to something for yourself, okay? And maintaining a sense of privacy, but definitely tap into some collaborative energy there, okay? And then the Seven of Pentacles. So as you see, we have these two sevens. Now the Seven of Pentacles is specific to a sense of expectancy and waiting, and you've already started tapping into that energy. You're putting in some work, and it's important to it's okay to really be, hopeful and waiting for things to come to pass, to bring some things into fruition. But make sure that you're feeding that energy, that you're stoking the fires, and you're not just kind of just waiting stagnant and not actively waiting. So there's a way to actively wait where you're continually learning, researching, planning. Planning is a great thing. So as you're waiting for one thing to come to pass, you can plan, in chess moves, really. Okay, so what will the next step be? You can embark on multiple ventures. Just really tap into that creative energy, okay? So that is it for today. And so like I said, if you have any questions or need some additional guidance, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. That's what I'm here for. I would love to be of service to you. If you're interested in any of my daily card readings, feel free to visit me on Instagram or Facebook. Instagram is Queen_Elle_79, and Elle is ELLE, just like this YouTube channel. And if you're interested in any of my services, I do personalized tarot readings, as well as astrological chart analysis. If you're interested in that, please reach out to me for that as well, and I'd love to help you with that endeavor. That would be on Facebook, and my Facebook page is QueenElle79. Thank you so much for joining me today. Be blessed. Ashe.